We'll see if the game plan has changed for Team Dignitas as we get into our picks and bans of number 2. Dignitas took game 1, and they want to follow it up with a 2-0. And one more time, Titan continues yet another week where they cannot find a 2-0.
I think Dignitas rinse repeat what they did. There's no reason for them to change anything up. Everything went out perfectly. They got the draft they wanted. They played their draft to perfection.
I say Titan here allows the Khepri and the Strange picks to go through. You ban out the Freya.
You think Freya's the ban?
I think you ban. I think you ban the Freya and you ban the Wukong, especially if you're not first pick.
Well, bans so far are the same as we saw last game: Circuit, Hell, Khepri, and
same stuff.
Giannis.
All right, so trust in the meta bans, Titan will, and one more time, Team Dignitas follows it up with a first pick Wukong.
Variety played it well. He didn't have any problem with it.
Played it well.
Maybe Titan have a better answer.
Played it fantastically.
You know, he did, to be fair. He did. He had a good game in it.
No tallow assault allowed in my lane, says.
But the problem is if he goes red pot again, if he goes red pot again, should we? You know, he's not going to work twice, is it? Surely.
I don't think so.
It's not going to be as effective twice is what I'm trying to say. It will work, obviously. It'll do damage with the wave, but will he manage to get that kill that he...
Exactly, because the red pots start a lot of the times. I mean, these are professional players. Tab was pressed. You'll see the aura on the character. You know the red pot's there, but the damage is still surprising. It's an okie doke. It's definitely a surprise. You're dead. I don't know if that's going to work twice on a veteran like Ataraxia. So, I don't know if we'll see the same start.
There's no surprises so far, because we've already got Thor and Athena on
I bet you this is Freya.
Last time, and they're the same two picks from last game in the same order as well. What was the next pick here? I believe it was... Was it Guan here?
No, Guan Yu came much later.
So it was the jungle... No,
this was the Nuwa the last time. We'll see if this is going to be the same pick this time as Titan mulls it over. And it is the Nuwa. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time this split, we get an identical...
And the ISIS ban's the same.
Top phase.
The ISIS ban's the same.
Of course.
And the Neef ban's the same.
The Neef ban is the same as well. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, is what Team Dignitas is saying.
Yeah, and but Titan's like, well, it wasn't broke, so Titan just feeling like...
No, this is confidence from Titan. If they go the Rama again one more time. This is confidence from Titan. This is Titan saying, look, we dropped the first game and it had nothing to do with our lineup. We made a couple of mistakes. We know how to fix them. Let's go right into game 2. I've got no problems giving them the same stuff.
I mean, Titan, to be fair, look at their draft when you think about what they have. They've got a lot of global presence with everybody being able to be very mobile around the map.
Well, see, here's the thing for me, Hindu Man. There wasn't a pick that on Team Dignitas won the game. And there wasn't a pick on Titan that lost the game. It wasn't a spicy pick that Titan tried that didn't pan out, right? It wasn't a crazy pick that Team Dignitas pulled out that ran away with the game. That wasn't it. Here, Titan, it was just a team win and a team loss for Dignitas and Titan respectively. So here, the exact, and I mean the exact same draft coming out from both of these teams. Team Dignitas want to repeat exactly what they did, and Team Titan, or Titan rather, don't think that the picks had anything to do with the problem, and I don't think so either.
I guess, but the issue for me is that if Titan lose this game to Dignitas here after that first one, people are going to look back at this and go, why did you go for the same thing when you just lost against it?
Faith in yourself. Again, if there was a 9-1-6 Kukulkan or a 16-1 Sun Wukong, I'm with you.
There's faith in yourself, but there's also respect your opposition. If your opposition just defeat you with something, you make sure they don't run the same play twice, right?
Sure.
And let's see if they can do that, because once again we see variety with the red pot
there
up against the Guan Yu. There's no real changes so far in this game. Last game lasted 22 minutes.
Yes. I would have liked to see the Wukong banned. I'll tell you that flat out. But outside of that, well, I have zero problem with Titan playing the exact same lineup. I have zero problem.
No, personally, I don't even. I just want to clear that up. I don't even, because I love the global composition they've got there. They've got a lot of mobility on the side. It's a very mobile team comp. Very, very useful to influence the map influence the game from across the map. But the problem is that if they lose this, that looks awful that you let their team have the same draft and lose against it twice.
A big part of being on a big stage like this is ignoring how things look. It's actually really funny. From a broadcasting perspective or from a PR standpoint, perception is reality. And a lot of times what happens behind closed doors doesn't matter. It's all about what the people are saying. Well, when it comes to the actual sport of it, when it comes to winning games, it's the opposite. Reality is reality. You can't care what the people are saying in Smite Game Chat or on Twitter. All you have to do is play your game. And if Titan winds up winning or losing, what the people say is irrelevant.
I guess. I mean, right now, though, good pressure coming out. Good rolling from Bird, looking for the damage, but FrezzOO with great body blocks there to soak up some of that damage from Rens received, and they will both live for that. Rens, though, remember, Freya, 100% win ratio now in 4 games played. Sorry, 4 games played, yes.
Right.
Kukulkan, 3 games played, 100% win ratio.
Ah.
So 200% win ratio gods on the side of Dignitas for these 2 boys here.
Alrighty, leveling up, hits 3. Playing the zoning game just a little bit on the Guan Yu. Frezzy pretty low.
He's playing a risky game there now, Frezzy. He's done good job to survive, but he's got to be very careful. He's only got multi-potions as well, so having multi-potions in the wards, yeah, it gives you vision a little bit early on the rotations, but it takes you a lot longer to sustain back up.
The reason you usually see a lot of traditional potions as opposed to the multi-potions is that the effectiveness of the multi-pots just aren't there.
Well, it's halved. You
Exactly.
get half the mana back and half the health back that you would get of a normal potion, but you save a slot to an extent. Sometimes you see like the solo laners, they'll go for the health and multi-potion for the double health effect, and they don't have to worry so much about mana because they've got blue buffs every 3 minutes, whereas the supports, well, if they run this, they can get themselves a little bit of trouble if they get poked out early on trying to sustain back up.
Frezzy right now, he was poked, but not poked out.
He's fine.
Able to really sustain himself with those wisps. No real problem as we visit the middle lane for the first time this game. Shadownightmare, well, clearing the way. That's what you
Ataraxia,
expect.
low on health again, getting poked down, having to pop potions
level
one more
5.
time against Variety. And here you see FrostiaK heading over for another attempt at potentially looking for some pressure. With this minion wave coming in, though, I don't expect to see much happen here.
Take a look. Guan Yu going all the way to the back of the minions. Again, that's what we were talking about the Tallow Assault. If Guan Yu stays in the minions, he won't be able to be stopped. He's able to heal the back line. Level 5 is hit on Ratatoskr from just proximity.
In range. Just in range. That was really key to hitting 5. He did give the game away that it was in the area, but Ataraxia was not coming forward. He realized after game 1 he's not going to let this red pot... This is what I was wondering about this. This red pot start was good from Variety. It worked last game. I don't think he'll find the first blood this time round on it, though.
Just playing so safe. Absolutely not. Ataraxia, again, I wind up saying this almost every single broadcast.
Look at the gold. Look at the gold value between the two. The net worth of these 2 solo laners right now. Take out 450 gold on the side of some Wukong, and that's where you're at right now. So Guan Yu, even though he gives a couple of minions up to talent, right, fine, I'm still ahead.
Exactly, and like I said, I mean, you fool me once, shame on you. You fool me twice, shame on me. That's exactly what's happening with Ataraxia. All right, you got me. Good job, buddy. You're not going to get me twice. Watch out.
I didn't know that's how the saying went, because like when I've seen your president, I mean George W. Bush, he said shame on. You feel me once, shame on me. You feel me twice.
It's funny because I actually got it wrong yesterday. Because every time I say it, I'm always hyper aware that like the most notable occurrence of it was a mistake. So in your mind, all you have is the mistake.
That's all I knew of. I didn't know there was another way of saying it. Like.
Yeah.
Left hand side though, aggression coming out from Dignitas, looking to steal away the purple buff. And they do actually manage to... No, they didn't manage to find it. Kanye actually does secure it. And I don't think he wanted to pick it up though, but he was looking for the pick on Rens, who uses the Valkyrie's discretion defensively.
Perfectly timed to avoid the taunt there, no problem. Titan will pick up the left-hand mid-camps.
Slower start to the game this time around, though, from Dignitas more often than not. And I don't think it's... When I say slower start, it means no kills. And the reason there's no kills is because Titan made the mistakes early on. They gave a kill in the dual lane, they gave a kill in the solo lane, and that kind of like catalyzed the game to an extent. But they're looking for a pick of the speed buff here because they don't know Frosty's at the back line here. Surprise!
Thor throws the hammer.
Not enough. I'm so excited for that kill. I was like, no. It wasn't really as much of a good surprise.
4-man rotation onto the enemy speed buff.
Thor does go up though. Speed buff does fall down. And a big dunk down with the Athena as well. Spirit of the Nine Winds comes out.
Shadownightmare.
Frosty gets out just in time and takes the sky. When Frezzy picks up Repikas with wisps, I believe.
First blood one more time goes to Team Dignitas. But Ataraxia wants to make sure this time it's not followed up with another one. The Titan gets an answer kill. Up in the air is Variety. Everybody just leaves him alone.
Who got the speed buff though? I'm not too sure where that speed buff went over to in the end. I'm trying to work that one out because it's obviously on FrostiaK there. Frosty gets it, so it's a net win overall for Dignitas. They get first blood and they steal speed buff away from Repikas, which is a big play again. They're really focusing Repikas down, I feel now.
I like how the entire team just left. They left the Sun Wukong.
Because it's Sun Wukong.
He goes up in the cloud. Titan, they don't even spend a second looking at him. They just go, all right, you're going to jump off the wall. See you later.
We know he's going to jump on the wall. There's no way to secure him on the backside. I mean, he'll have transformations up anyway. He had enough mana for that, so let's just back away. And once again, the aggression from Dignitas on this right-hand side of the map. Even FrezzOO managed to rotate all the way around for that one, make an influence too, which is a good credit to FrezzOO because he's up against an Athena that can globally transport herself everywhere.
And that's something that Team Dignitas has to look out for every single step of the way here. In our game number 2, Team Dignitas won the first one so strongly.
I mean, even if Titan win this as well, this is still Titan's issue of they've not taken a game. They've not won 2 games off anyone since Myrmidons at the start in week 2. Week 2 was the last time they won, and week 1 they split with Fnatic. They've just split and lost. That's all we've really seen out of Titan. They're really struggling this season.
And make no bones about it. I take no issue with Team Dignitas splitting a match with Fnatic. It's one of the top teams. But when you come against Team Dignitas, again, we're talking about how revitalized this team is. Titan is expected to win this matchup.
They would be. I mean, to be fair, let's be honest, most people in predictions would have given the shot to, oh, hang on a second, Bird is in a lot of trouble there. I mean, they wouldn't have taken into account there's a sub as well, I guess, when you would have gone with Titan. But even with that sub, you might have had an opportunity. Oh, good response with the Valkyries. Can he chase, though? Nope. That's why we changed the range. That was old school range coming out from Freya there. If she had the original range of Valkyries discussion, she would have found that kill.
Smart play coming out from the Hunter. FrostiaK, meanwhile, picks up a support player while he finds himself by the left-hand heart.
This is where this Sylvanus Kukulkan combo is really strong. A pull or a root sets up a free tornado every single time. And not even that, the ultimate, followed by the ultimate from Shadownightmare. You know, you got double ults coming out, and the combo so well together. Sylvanus and Kukulkan are like 2 peas in a pod in a composition like this.
It's like sweet corn soup.
Sweet corn soup. What's wrong with sweet corn soup?
I don't know. What is an attaché? We were making fun of earlier. We were making fun of what Hindu man was. He was trying to order some Chinese food, and I
just wanted some soup, man. That's all
what is it? An attaché?
A sachet.
A sachet of soy sauce. I've never heard that in my entire life.
You call it a packet.
It's just a
packet. Because you're
pack.
common. And you rip our language apart. I call it a sachet because it's a sachet.
It sounds so fancy. It's like
a packet is a full for crisps. Let's not get on food because you did enough of that. You did enough of that.
You mean chips?
Cog Invitational. Back to SPL, sunshine. No more food talk.
8 minutes in, folks. Team Dignitas is up 2 kills to 1. First blood going the way of the blue squad. And largely because of that, Team Dignitas has a slight lead here, about 2,000 gold.
2,000 gold, but once again, the aggression from Dignitas over on this right-hand side of the jungle. Looking for blues, looking for speed buffs. Titan this time, though. 4 men over here to secure it. You see the rotation from Dignitas was a little bit delayed here. They were looking to try and catch one on the way back and try and pick up mid-harpies more often than not.
Bird's going to walk over a ward on the left-hand side.
Not sure what Bird did. That Bird rotated for this fight, and he's losing a lot of experience over in that duo because of that.
Yeah, and my mistake, Rens walked over the ward, so Bird knows exactly where Rens is and doesn't want to fight it. Meanwhile, while we watch Cavalry Charge just get forced out, along with the Athena ultimate.
But look at Bird. Bird sat under that tier 2 tower for a very long time, lost even of that full experience wave in that duo lane there. And that just gives Rens a little bit more of an advantage. The level differential between these two is quite substantial for the fact they're equaling kills.
That's the inexperience right there. We're seeing fine play come out from the Ram. He's hitting abilities, he's using his shots, but it's the small things. Rens walked over the ward, completely scared Bird. He did not want to walk that way, goes the long way. That takes him out of the fight for a little bit. Doesn't make the rotation. That, you know, these are the smaller things that you see when a substitute steps in that hasn't really expected it. You know, we saw a fantastic performance out of a substitute last night with Cherio over in Europe. But here, Bird, unfortunately, not looking as tenured.
Struggling a little bit in this lane as well. I might not know the matchup too well either. If you've not played the matchup so much, it's a very different situation. Then
he is the coach, understanding the matchup.
You can know the matchups on paper. Sure. But playing the matchup yourself can be a different thing.
Perhaps. Variety here with the matchup against Guan. We talked a little bit about this. The stun early, so Assault will be able to go out no problem. Up in the air is Ram. Damage coming out from him and the fire shards. But look at the setup coming out of Team Dignitas. They're going to set up Bird completely, roll, and pulse 2. He's down.
Meanwhile, in the jungle, look what Shadownightmare was doing there. He was keeping them all zoned away with those big tornadoes, putting the pressure on. He had FrostiaK with him in support as well, and even Variety's now rotated over here. This could be an attempt for a Gold Fury eventually. Spirit of the Nine Winds is still available for Shadownightmare too, so they can quickly go for that quick secure they've been doing all game.
Gold Fury would be a good look for Team Dignitas here. That pushes them out of the small lead to the real lead, so to speak. Variety makes the rotation to the mid lane. Ultimate onto the new Watt. Athena will channel the ultimate to prevent some of the damage, but as soon as it's over, Variety smacks him with the staff. Repikas makes him pay though. Variety used his ultimate to go underneath the tower, so can't use it to get out. Titan puts their second kill on the board.
It does, but they get a 1-for-1 trade. The tier 1 tower falls down on the left-hand side. Lane's been pushed up too, so Dignitas looking potentially for the Gold Fury here.
They're going to back.
Deciding to go again, not go with that idea.
Ataraxia will take the solo lane tower. This is going to be one of the first towers of the game. Of course, the first tower to fall was in duo lane. The second one quickly followed up by Titan. And Ataraxia not stopping there. With Variety dead, he's going to continue to push. Shoves the wave into the tier 2 tower and walks away.
Got to be careful, but just because of the pressure in mid lane here, he can't continue the pressure and look to put damage on that. Just because of the rotation for him, you know, the whole team of Dignitas could just rotate straight in there as well. Would have to waste teleport or his ultimate, which he doesn't really want to do right now, especially with the Gold Fury being available.
Nobody near the Gold Fury, though, for Team Dignitas. You've got a buildup of players in between the two towers in the mid lane. And Variety going to push his wave up just a little bit. Players from Titan making their way towards the mid lane, understanding that the Gold Fury is the point of contention here in our contest this early on.
And I think the big key for here is what Dignitas has been doing is Titan would be looking to go aggressive and find a pick with this basically global composition, right? You want Thor to dunk in, you want Nuwa to get involved as well with the ultimate, generally for the duo lane, you know, and get 4 members of the team involved in an assist. We know that because of the stats on Titan as well, where majority of their players are involved in every single kill according to their slash lines. But what Dignitas has been doing is actually being proactive instead of reactive and putting the aggression onto Titan to stop them getting that way.
It's a big part of what made Team Dignitas work out in the first game, and they're just continuing it in the second game. Little slap fight between the supports. Never hurt anybody.
Just over wards for the most part. That's generally what they're looking for every time. But it's slow. It's a lot slower than the last game, but still things are slowly edging their way into Dignitas' favour this game too. It's not working out. This plan's not working out for Titan. They're not finding the picks they're after. They're not using the global comp, and Gold Fury is under threat again here.
Gold Fury keeps being started and then stopped. FrostiaK going to get taunted, and that's fine with him. He's going to dash in the same direction that he was taunted in. Titan does have the reinforcements coming in, though. Ataraxia ports over. All 5 members of Titan are right here in the mid lane.
Variety is in mid lane now as well. You can just see him coming onto your cameras here. FrostiaK supported as a Gold Fury being done. Spirit of the Nine Winds fires off. Gold Fury goes down. Ataraxia in the cavalry charge. Rens takes to the sky for defensive usage of the ultimate, but returns some good damage and may find Ataraxia.
Ataraxia pops up and pops down. Variety gets the kill for that one. Meanwhile, Frezzy's Wisps follow KanyeLife all the way to the base. Variety gets the second kill. That's the side of the double kill. And Team Dignitas both take down the objective. 2 of their opponents, make that 3 of their opponents. They're going to continue on to the tower now. Now, it's funny before this one. Sorry, Hinderman. Right before the Gold Fury, I said all 5 members were in mid. There was 4 and Athena was at base. Because you know she's going to ult on it.
Agreed. And on top of that, what you saw out of Dignitas there was the key was Variety. Zone duty was in mid lane being a front force. Who else was there? FrostiaK also in support. The other 3 members at the Gold Fury. They did the zone, which is very important, kept them all busy, and picked apart the team based off that.
What allows Titan to avoid the zone as Tier 2 gets aggressed on by Team Dignitas was the play. And it was a play that did not allow a lot of room for error, but I like the play and I want to see more of it. Guan Yu, Horse, Athena ult. So what happens is Guan Yu's CC immune runs right through everything that Dignitas has, and then down comes the Athena for the ultimate damage. Didn't work out, but that's the game plan, and it's an intelligent
That was their game plan, but then what was Dignitas doing? Variety, he's in their face like, I'm not going to let you through. I'll Ox form, knock you all up, keep you all busy. FrostiaK, I'll dash through.
Yeah, the rest of the team was left in the dust,
and
but
so
Guan Yu and Athena showed up.
Exactly, they couldn't get out, and the zone was just enough. So it was a 2v3 scenario on both sides, but the boys of Dignitas, they had some Wukong with a cloud that could get out of trouble. FrostiaK with the trees to get out of trouble too.
A lot of get out of jail free cards on the side of Team Dignitas, although they haven't really had to use them, and that's why we're seeing success out of iRens and Shadownightmare. They're putting their team in a position such that there isn't that much threat. There isn't an oh no period of time where you need an oh no button. And Freya to a lesser extent, but Kukulkan is a god that can get into a lot of trouble and just hasn't been in that position.
I mean, I'm really pleased for Dignitas. My only concern is that they can't be a one-trick pony the rest of the season.
Sure.
This is a good composition. Freya is working for them, Kukulkan's working for them, but if they run this every single game, they're going to get telegraphed and not win another game for the rest of the split.
Well,
that's a worry.
It's
only a small one.
It's interesting to me because I'm normally on board, but great ultimate coming out from Repikas, but unfortunately for him, no follow-up. Separate fight of the jungle. FrostiaK almost takes down Nuwa. Nuwa pops up, so does FrostiaK, and down comes the rat to secure the kill onto the center laner. You know, here's the thing though, Hindu Man. The composition isn't... Nothing Team Dignitas is doing is unique to Kukulkan or
that
Freya.
for big taunt, and we're going to see the evaporation of FrostiaK. Spirit of the Night wins, does connect with one and destroys him. Frezzy actually gets credit for, oh my god, I'm a bird as well, thanks to the dot damage. And now the tier 2C, Shadownightmare going deep, looking for the Squall and the Tornado, which will hit Ataraxia. Is it going to be enough damage? Probably not. Ataraxia can heal up with Conviction. He'll get away for now.
But see what just happened right there? Root into ult. You can do that with a Kraken. You can do that with a Hebo. You can do that with Habwa. You can do that with a Raw Snipe. These are things that...
Oh my gosh, Ray's just
Fantastic
1v1 Repi. Annihilation.
Mm-hmm.
Just straight up, there's nothing he could do. But you're right. I mean, to an extent, yeah, there is, but Freya, does she play like other hunters?
I'll give you Freya.
Does she play like other hunters?
iRens plays this Freya character
Kukulkan,
better
does he
than
work as well without the root composition coming out from Sylvanus?
No.
That's the issue I see here, where I'm like,
I'll give you Freya. iRens seems much more comfortable on this Freya than he does on any other god. And he always has.
Maybe it's not even that as well. Maybe it's the fact of these some Wukong and the Freya and the rat here all being to have these ultimates that get them out of combat for free. Maybe that's they've got to be careful. I'm just worried about them running the same comp time and time again. Because they've done it both games this time.
Of course.
The last two games they won against LC, they ran the Freya and the Kukulkan there too. Just got to watch about telegraphing your picks. Because people will let you pick it so it can destroy you in game because they know what you're going with.
Well, Fire Giant almost destroyed Team Dignitas. 2 members, almost. And of course, if it, no harm, no foul, everybody got out. But 2 members almost got killed by the Fire Giant. And because they didn't, 5 members of Team Dignitas have that Fire Giant around their waists and a huge lead. Let's just take a gander at the graphs real quick. 12,000, almost 13K on the side of Team Dignitas. 18 minutes in, and the kills, 11-3.
Look at that though on the graphs. 13 minutes 38 is when you see this big steep climb. That's over the course of 5 minutes. We've just seen this game go whoop, all in Dignitas'
No, that's
favor.
Freya that goes whoop.
Wow. They've got Freya on the team, and that makes sense why the graphs are so high then, right?
That's why they keep drafting her.
Confirmed.
She just whoops the
She
graph.
whoops the graphs every single time in favour of the team. Dignitas are looking very good. Titan, on the other hand, well, this isn't the best out of them. I think Bird for the most part, he's been a non-factor.
Which is a good thing.
It's a good thing, but on your Hunter?
What I'm saying is he's a substitute that is primarily a coach. I mean, no knock against Bird. I don't think that this substitute is Titan's idea of a
of course,
main
it's not,
roster.
it's not ideal.
Right?
It's never ideal to have to bring somebody
exactly.
Like that.
But you take a look at a player like Cherio. He's a substitute. He knows he's the substitute. He prepares for it. The team is ready. Bird, I mean, I don't know. So
he
Titan, hopefully,
does play
I
with
get
the
to
team in
talk to them
scrims
later.
and things. Like Bird's been known to do that. He's not necessarily like expected to be main roster material, but he does play with
my point being here is Repikas falls down. Titan trying to make a counter initiate. This might be a good look, but iRens makes sure that it is certainly not. Variety pops on the back. FrostiaK gets credit for Ataraxia, who can't quite make it into the base. Double kill for FrostiaK, but Bird picks up 1.
If Bird can find the snipes though from that position up in sky, no, he doesn't manage to find it.
No.
Tier 1 Phoenix falls left. Middle Phoenix under pressure here as well. Shadownightmare happy to tank up a little bit. Max side though, Bird in trouble.
My point about Bird though, Hindu Man, was that being a non-factor in this situation is exactly what you got to hope for. Your substitute is not going to be the star of the game unless you get lucky, because then he would be the star and he would be on the main roster. So by coming into this game and not being the subject of the loss is fantastic. So Bird does exactly what he needs to. He treads water, but Team Dignitas makes sure to drown the rest of the opposition. Down goes Titan, and 2 wins for the side of Team Dignitas.
And 2 good wins for them too.
Yes.
They needed these wins. They need to try and get this gap away from the bottom 2 teams, Myrmidons and Justice. Climb out of these bottom 2. Because let's be honest, we keep saying it, 6 teams will go to LAN. And at the moment, I'm pretty sure Dignitas secure a 6th seed position comfortably right now.
Well, there's a little bit more Smite to be played. This is
Obviously,
only
but
week
I mean,
number 6.
like, as it stands in the bracket.
We'll take a look at how this one started off with First Blood for game number 2. The draft was the same, but the First Blood was not.
Pretty
this
sure this
time,
was
instead of the
Wisps.
solo lane, we make way by the mid-harps.
No, it was the ult. There we go. It was ult and Wisp combo. Just picks up with the dot damage. Enough to kill Thor as he jumps away there. And this was, once again, what I was saying was the aggression from Dignitas here after what they've been doing. Dignitas continually putting the pressure on instead of being reactive to Titans players, which you expect with that composition they drafted. They were proactive and went aggressive themselves and put Titan on the back foot.
Yeah, it's a different look for Team Dignitas, as I've said many times. I think that's the main difference is the aggression rather than the defensive and the more passive stuff. And FrezzOO is actually our player of the game. He is the support. He's actually here on the line with us. How you doing today? Congratulations on your wins, FrezzOO.
Hello, I thought I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. It was a pleasure to watch those games. You guys really came out and swing. And I mean, we've said it multiple times on the broadcast, but I want to hear it from you. Is there a different feeling in the team since week number 4, since we changed the number of teams coming to regionals?
Not really, no. We always had great atmosphere in the team, and we just carry on playing, carry on practicing, and hope to win.
So what was the change with you guys then, FrezzOO? Was it with the coach addition, or was it just to do with the picks and ban changes? Because this composition like Kukulkan and Freya seems to be working out very well for you so far.
Oh yeah, definitely. The coach helped us a lot. We figured out new compositions that we felt comfortable with in scrims. We won the scrims, and we basically performed today.
So is that it? Is it just a change to the picks? Because it seems very much like there's a change in mentality.
Oh yes, definitely. We've been practicing much harder lately just because we've heard of the extra land spots. So we definitely improved as a team.
Well, you've got Justice up next as well. Last time you played against them, you did go 1-1. This time round, obviously, I guess you've got something different planned to try and get that 2-0.
Yeah, definitely. We're probably gonna 2-0. We feel really comfortable, and last time we played with a sub, so shouldn't be a problem.
Absolutely love the confidence and love the play that's been coming out. You personally have been absolutely killing it. Anything different you're doing personally outside of the team that's really sort of been changing, or is it just the same old stuff and you're just catching your stride?
I've been playing a lot more casuals. I think they are better for me personally to improve my mechanics and everything, so yeah.
It's good to see you back to winning ways, FrezzOO. Any shout-outs you want to give before we let you go to any fans at home or sponsors?
Just basically a short shout out to my sponsors on my team and Team Dignitas, of course.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for joining us, and congratulations again on your 2-0 victory above Titan. That was FrezzOO, support player for Team Dignitas. The yellow and black squad just took away a fantastic set away from Team Titan. And with that, the standings have changed just a little bit. We'll see where Team Dignitas and Titan lie. And Team Dignitas 6-10, but they're starting to separate themselves.
We said this as we saw it. I mean, the separation was the big key for them there. Taking those 2 wins is important for them. They've now a little bit of an edge over the Myrmidons, creating that nice gap up against Justice next time. Don't forget, we just said that. So a Titan, by the way, their next game is going to be against Justice. And if Justice drop both sets of those, then Dignitas, well, they can start to really make that split bigger.
Well, if Justice wins, it's a completely different story.
Agreed. They could take, like if Justice win against both next week against well, they've still got games this week first of all, but they've also got Titan and Dignitas to face as well.
A lot of stuff on the bracket and the roster for everyone else, basically. So a lot of exciting stuff came out here in Europe. As we said, Team Dignitas, a lot of people might not have expected this one to go this way, but the few dedicated fans at home are celebrating their FP.
Sure.
On the side of North America, we've got AFK and Enemy coming back to you in just a couple of minutes, so stay tuned. You don't want to miss this one. It's going to be good.
so sorry. That's my story.